confused there. The left side was playing zone. Right side looked like they were playing man-to-man when he came across. No one there.
To the 33, they bring an extra rusher. Middle of the field, Antonio Brown. Inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. The 3 Bs are getting it done for Pittsburgh. 27 on the game.
This is just Antonio Brown on the quick slant. He's the outside receiver, and it's just going to be an inside move. He's going to beat Sharice right now.
It's a situation where he was one-on-one on the outside finally for one of the first times, and when you're one-on-one with Antonio Brown, you back off and play it safe.
They're two best on the same side of the field. Bell in the backfield, Brown on bottom of the screen. Roethlisberger surveys, on the move, so good in these scramble situations. Dumps it to Bell, and Le'Veon Bell takes it in for the touchdown.
Well, he has time to make a throw. Nothing is there. Drifts out. Loss contained. I was afraid Ben might force this to the end zone somewhere. Bell does a great job of knowing his quarterback's in trouble, releasing. Roethlisberger finds him. It's just being an instinctive football player on both their behalves. And then Bell driving his legs to get into the end zone and finishing it off.
First Boswell. (24 to 20). 90 yards in just under 3 minutes. A flag thrown in the middle. Let's see what this call is. Got to give the center that space on either side of his shoulders.
Leverage, number 93. Pittsburgh has elected the 50-yard line to be tacked on to the ensuing kickoff.
There's the leverage. Placing your hand there to give yourself a lift up to try to block it. So Pittsburgh will have better field position to kick off. They are the Bees. It's Ben, it's Bell, it's Brown, and they are doing the job in crunch time. The Steelers, a short time ago, were down 10. They now lead by 4, 7-16 away from a division title. Steelers were struggling to move the ball last 2 drives. 5 plays, 75 yards, a touchdown. 6 plays, 90 yards, a touchdown. Both in under 3 minutes. And the crowd that had gone quiet, waving their terrible towels. Kickoff from midfield because of the penalty, and Boswell will just kick it all the way out. The last drive for the Steelers to take the lead.
And it really was getting Le'Veon Bell going early, and that forced Baltimore's hand. Bell made a couple of great runs, Doug, and then they brought the safeties down in the box to stop the run, and that helped Antonio Brown.
Yeah, that allowed Antonio Brown to get some one-on-one coverage and possibly a broken coverage on the under route. And then on this, losing contain on Ben, especially rolling to his right. You do not lose contain. I really thought he might force that. Great job by Bell releasing.
For all the time they spend drawing those up. That is total
Yes,
schoolyard.
the best block.
Absolutely.
All right, Ravens, is there a response? Flacco from the 25. Joe Cool drifting, and that's incomplete. Nearly intercepted as it deflected off the hand of Kenneth Dixon. Sean Davis was there. And Flacco has this cool demeanor. He's handled these pressure situations being down, especially here. He told us last night, I love coming to play here. He said, our home place is great. Nothing like M&T Bank Stadium, but next favorite is coming here. The fans are after you, they're nasty, the rivalry's intense, but there's nothing I enjoy more than coming here and silencing this crowd. It's going to take a lot to do it right now. 2nd and 10. Steve Smith. Terrific tackling. Gain of only 4. Russ Cockrell, the 3rd-year man from Duke.
second and long, so they sit off in zone coverage, and Steve Smith just works underneath to get the completion, but it's coming up and tackling quickly to create a third and long situation. You know it's second and long. There was nothing gained on first down. You can back off, come up, and make the tackle. Missed tackles turn into big plays.
3rd and 6. Steelers bring the corner pressure. It's picked up. Flacco to the middle to Dennis Pitta to the 40 and a first down, gain of 11.
And you talked about it, Doug. Dennis Pitta just has such a feel for these zones, knows when he's open, presents a big target for Joe Flacco. That was a crucial third down pickup there.
Lay.
6 minutes left. Flacco's getting time. Juszczyk, the fullback. He plays more than any fullback in the league. He's on the field 2 out of every 5 Ravens plays. Gain of 4 there. Here's Heather Cox.
Guys, the Ravens offense is driving without its starting right tackle, Rick Wagner, who started every game this year. He went to the locker room, is ruled out with a concussion. James Hurst in his place.
Hurst started against the Giants for Wagner. 3rd-year player from North Carolina. Guarding Flacco's right. They run with Dixon. 2 shy of the first down. The 3rd down coming up will be inside of 5 minutes. And down to maybe the last drive or 2 in this one.
Just about every play on this possession has been some form of a blitz, other than the 3rd and long. Coming off an edge, trying to make something happen. Pittsburgh's trying to create a sack, but you can allow yourself to give up a big play. Pass protection is key for Joe Flacco.
You have to rush the line. Probably have to take a timeout here. Saw his call on the play with 12 seconds, and John Harbaugh very disappointed that his team had to use a timeout here, which could be very valuable later in the game. Tony, you've spent thousands of these situations on the field. What happens? Fans get so frustrated. How do you not have a play ready and have to use a timeout there?
I think they had the play ready, but maybe didn't have the right personnel in, or Joe Flacco didn't understand what personnel group was to be out there.
Take the timeout. You want to have the timeouts, but you can't make a mistake here. 3rd and 2. Juszczyk comes back to block for Kenneth Dixon, who gets the first down. Good run by Dixon as he accelerated through the opening, and Harrison tackles him again on the Steelers side of midfield.
And a great block by Juszczyk. Lead blocker here, motion back into the backfield, and he's going to get this block inside and allow them to pick up the first down.
You see Marshall Yanda there, both Juszczyk and Yanda going to the Pro Bowl. Leading the way for Dixon. 4:10 to go. Flacco fires, incomplete. Kamar Aiken almost didn't have his head turned around as that ball came whizzing past him.
Yeah, he didn't, and that is on Aiken. He's open in the seam, and he doesn't get his head around. Let's watch him. Right now, Joe Flacco wants to get it to him, and he's got to recognize when he's open and know that ball's coming.
Aiken had his eyes on the free safety and started trying to drift away from the free safety before looking for the ball.
Steve Smith getting a breather. Flacco again. This is dropped. Ooh, Perriman took a really big hit. Not flagged. He gets up. Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Boyd Burns is in coverage, and this is what we call a seam post coming up the field to the inside. He has the window, widen the defender, created more space for himself. Beautiful throw.
Baltimore bench is upset, and I think they have reason to be upset. That is a lead with the helmet that didn't get called.
Flacco again, and this one is caught. Boy, that takes guts for Perriman.
Same route on the other side of the field.
After he just took a shot, hangs on there, gets it to the 35, a gain of 15.
Exact same play.
Same play, other side. We're looking in this window here as there's a rotation of safeties to the middle. So there's going to be a guy in the middle of the field. He knows he's going to take a hit again. But there's the window. Ball's on time. Have time to catch it and cover up.
3:30 left. Pressure comes from William Gay off the edge, so they throw that way. Pitta, the tight end, right near the first down, a yard shy of it.
Another great job by Justin Juszczyk coming across the formation, seeing that blitz, picking it up, and giving Joe Flacco time. Watch Justin Juszczyk come across, pick up the blitz. Good job recognizing first down throw.
What a game. Joe Flacco and the Ravens were up 10 to start this fourth quarter. Mike Tomlin's team has come back with 2 long, quick drives by Roethlisberger, led by Le'Veon Bell. Pittsburgh leading by 4. Terrific response from Baltimore. They picked up a couple of key third downs. We approach the 2-minute warning as Kyle Juszczyk runs to the left, and the Pro Bowl-bound fullback has a first down at the 19-yard line. This rivalry, which over the years has given us tight games, great finishes, and big moments. The names have changed a little bit from those Hall of Fame performers, but not the intensity and not the quality. This has been a terrific game right from the start.
Same type of game we expected, and boy, these two teams have delivered.
Four-down territory with Baltimore here because of being down 4. Flacco just gave a hand signal to the wide receiver at the top and to Steve Smith in the slot. Adjust the plate. Flacco throws underneath, caught by Juszczyk again to the 13-yard line, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Pittsburgh wins, they win the division. Baltimore's in control of the division if they can rally. Great finish coming up. Holiday market there in Pittsburgh. Mazda postgame coming up. Merry Christmas to Rich Eisen, Marshall Falk, Michael Irvin. Those guys back in the studio. We'll have the complete breakdown and interviews with the stars of the game coming up on the Mazda postgame. All right, here we go. Each team a couple of timeouts. The replay challenge is initiated by the booth upstairs in league headquarters in New York. From the 13, Flacco complete. Multiple defenders tackle Pitta. The spot gets him to the 10. He needs to get just inside the 10. So we're headed towards third and less than a yard with 1:45 on a turning clock.
And if Baltimore believes they're going to end up into the end zone here, they're milking the clock as of right now. They're starting to milk the clock and try to score. You have 2 plays to convert here on 3rd and short.
I'm surprised they got them spread out. I think you want to run the ball here, make that first down, and give yourself 4 shots to the end zone.
They will run. Juszczyk inside, has the first down, still going. Kyle Juszczyk stays on his feet and scores!
Wow, what a run.
Run of the year from Juszczyk. And the Ravens take the lead on the road.
How great has Kyle Juszczyk been on this drive? Watch this contact and just will not be denied, Doug.
Once he saw the end zone, once he comes off the collision with Mitchell, he realizes if I stay up, I'm in. Uses the hand to help himself and get into the end zone. James Hurst, 74, made an initial block to start this run. Here he kept his knees off the ground. Something about seeing that goal line in front of you. You try to stay up at all cost.
He has been so good on this drive. Pass protection, picking up things, catching the ball out of the backfield, runs, just exceptional.
He's a fullback that can catch the ball, run option routes, and then hammer the football.
The star from Harvard with an incredible touchdown run. Justin Tucker adds the extra point. He's never missed one in his career. And the Ravens retake the lead. What a fourth quarter. We've had 24 points scored. Minute 18. Ben, Brown, and Bell. Can they respond? Starts slow. It's 7-3, 7-6 at halftime. And you're just kind of slogging through. And then they just crank it up here with a 24-point fourth quarter. From Harvard, Kyle Juszczyk able to get it done. And now the Ravens again, if they win, they're in control of their division title hopes. All they have to do is beat Cincinnati next week. But Roethlisberger, if he can get down the field against Suggs in the defense, score a touchdown, Steelers will win the AFC North. And Todd Haley and Ben Roethlisberger talking about what they want to do.
With over a minute and 2 timeouts to do it.
Gerald Toussaint, Kobe Hamilton back deep to receive, and Tucker's given them nothing to work with in the kickoff game. Drive will start from the 25. So just wrapping up Christmas dinner here. It has the game played out. Steve Smith, the early touchdown, 7 receptions for the veteran. Joe Flacco has been very good again in this game. Stays calm with a drive he just led. Le'Veon Bell, another fabulous total yardage day, a couple of touchdowns, and Kyle Juszczyk, one of the big runs that you've seen under pressure in this series to bring Baltimore back. Now, minute 18, what are you thinking here, Tony, with Pittsburgh?
Well, again, you've got to use Le'Veon Bell. Don't forget about him. Antonio Brown will get double covered, I'm sure. So we've got to see some other receivers step up, but I would look for Bell here.
Drive starts at the 25. Roethlisberger quickly out to his tight end, Jesse James. Out of bounds with a gain of 3. Doug, if you felt Roethlisberger's getting into that rhythm once they opened up the offense a little bit.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. There, he felt the pressure, so he got rid of it quick. There was a blitz off the edge. The big play from this drive, if it gets done, is usually Ben hanging on to the ball, moving around a little bit, and making the big play down the field.
Tight.
Baltimore's continued to look like they want to pressure him there.
Roethlisberger throws left. Brown got it. Got the first down. Got out of bounds. 36-yard line. Sharice Wright couldn't make the stop.
Because of the blitz zone and bringing pressure, you get off coverage one-on-one, and this is just a timing route. Great job of getting out of bounds, avoiding the tackle. Got to start back upfield to get out of bounds. Can't go backwards to stop the clock.
Again, right on the field because Jimmy Smith, their best covered corner, is out. They don't flip sides with the corners. They travel with the top receiver, so Brown wants to find Wright to stay up there. His pressure hasn't got there from the safety spot yet. Roethlisberger throws. It's complete to the Ravens side of midfield. Jesse James to the 47-yard line. 59 seconds left. Roethlisberger slow to get up.
Here's what we're talking about with Ben. Holding on to the football, under pressure, 5-man rush, sliding, moving, feeling it, hanging on to it as long as he possibly can, which allows James to uncover.
Let's watch this hit because Roethlisberger is limping as Pittsburgh has taken a timeout. Dumerville dragging him down at the end of the play. Roethlisberger just flexing that left knee.
30-second timeout.
Okay, we'll be back in 30. Roethlisberger flexing that left knee. That's the one that he injured against Miami. Had the meniscus surgery, missed 1 game. First down throw is caught by DeMarcus Ayers. His first reception. Ayers gets inside the 40 to the 39. They're getting close to Chris Boswell's field goal range with plenty of time remaining.
Every play, Baltimore's giving them different looks. Everyone's standing up, milling around the line of scrimmage. 5 guys are coming on every play, trying to confuse the O-line and the protection, and Pittsburgh has picked up every blitz.
Second and 1. Ravens pressure. Roethlisberger escapes. The crosser is Eli Rogers at the 20-yard line. Mike Tomlin and Roethlisberger both motioning to clock it. Save the timeout. They have 1 remaining. Officially marked at the 19. Clock stopped with 41 seconds remaining in regulation.
And again, the key, Doug, Ben Roethlisberger, as you said, holding the ball, escaping to his right, and then making something happen on the broken play. Great job by Rodgers and a great extension to make that catch.
Ben is so comfortable throwing the ball when he's moving to his right, delivering the ball down the field. And like we saw in the one before where he held on to it, he's willing to take the hit.
Play clock is running. Steelers are not out there. There's a conversation going on with the official, the referee, John Parry, and they get the repump of the play clock, and the Ravens want to know why. Parry was talking to Mike Tomlin. Play clock was down at 5. They got a repump of the play clock.
So are you cautiously aggressive because the touchdown could win it?
Oh yeah, Pittsburgh's thinking touchdown here.
Steelers finally get a line. 3 receivers to the top. Roethlisberger throws underneath. It's caught by Kobe Hamilton. At the 14, they're trying to take the ball away from him. They can't. Let's see if Pittsburgh, they will, use their final timeout with 32 seconds left. That was a little discombobulated from the Steelers there. They weren't ready. They were moving players around, and they end up in the middle of the field and take that timeout.
So now it gets interesting. You know, no timeouts left. Middle of the field is still viable. It's 3rd down. You need to just call a play to convert here. If you go to the middle of the field and the clock's running, you get up and spike it. Again, Baltimore's been a lot of pressure in this drive.
And if you're Baltimore, you want to stop this 3rd down play, but you don't want to give up a touchdown. Do you dare blitz and play man coverage and give up that one-on-one throw to score? Do you sit back in zone, maybe even concede the 1st down, but keep them out of the end zone? No back set, so they're going to have to declare.
Le'Veon Bell left alone, bottom of the screen. 32 seconds left. 3rd and 4.
Yeah. All right.
Roethlisberger back, looking end zone, throws underneath, caught by James, the tight end, to the 3. It's a 1st down. They should have plenty of time to spike it, kill the clock. The ball was fumbled on the exchange there. One of the Ravens tried to get in the way, and now they will kill it with 14 seconds remaining.
Still can get 3 shots to the end zone here.
Ball's at the 4. Jesse James the catch.
Just coming under in a zone coverage situation. Ben was really looking for end zone on this, though. He had his eyes down the field. Again, moving in the pocket, sliding, hanging onto the ball. The problem here is the ball has to get out, get it in the end zone. Anyone tackled in the field of play becomes a fire drill.
Here we go.
This is 2nd and goal. Roethlisberger looks, crosser, Brown, he caught it, fights to the goal line, breaks the plane, touchdown Pittsburgh! That might win them the division!
Great drive. Well executed.
If he doesn't reach with the ball, the clock may run out. The reach with the football at the end of the run gets him across the goal line.
Wow.
If not, the clock is running with 9 seconds left.
And you saw Weddle and Mosley. What strength by Antonio Brown. There were 3 Ravens there trying to do exactly what Doug was saying. 2 of them eventually on the hit. But he reaches forward, breaks the plane with the ball. The touchdown is confirmed. And it is 30-27.
That's a tremendous play by Antonio Brown, because Doug's right. That clock could run out before they get the ball spiked.
Offsides here. The extra point is blocked. It's going to be picked up and taken by Chris Lewis Harris, and then down to the 43-yard line. But clearly they jumped off the edge early. As Roethlisberger has led a furious 20-point for the moment 4th quarter for the Steelers.
Offside. Defense. 36. 5-yard penalty. Will re-kick.
Tavon Young came quick off the corner.
Boy, this is a situation where maybe you want the play blown dead. When he's that far offside, there's potential for injury. There's potential for having to chase down the field and make a what a play by Brown.
Yeah,
what a play. What a gutsy pass.
I'm thinking back to the 2008 game when Santonio Holmes just broke the plane in the game in Baltimore, the touchdown that he caught, and then he was pushed outside of the goal line, but he had possession just inside, and that was a Week 15 game to win the division. It's 8 years later. It's 1 week later in the season, but it still might end up being a division winner.
I never thought they would do that, throw the ball short in the field of play. That is so dangerous, because that clock certainly could have run out.
Because you could throw 3 quick passes to the end zone and then still have your field goal on 4th down.
Mike Tomlin discussing here with John Parry the options. Brown had 9 catches in the half, 10 for the game. He was very quiet in the first half with just 1 catch. What'd Tony say?
I think they might have had a little conversation in the locker room.
And on the other side, Suggs and the Ravens know unless there's a miracle, they're eliminated from playoff contention. Again, Young has come offside. This extra point is good. And it's 31-27, and the Steelers will want this on the kickoff.
First for the ensuing kickoff.
Back to the touchdown for Antonio Brown.
Yeah, he's out wide here. He's just going to run an under route. Everybody's going to clear out for him, and it's probably designed to get in the end zone, but he has to come back for the ball. He's short there, and this is just great effort to get it in.
And it's Weddle and Mosley. Two terrific players.
Look, that is just bowing up, getting that ball out, recognizing I can't get stopped at the 6-inch line.
It's situational football, understanding that if I don't get in the end zone here, this game's over, or it may be over. He knew he had to get in the end zone.
Okay, 7 seconds left, 2 timeouts. The Ravens obviously have very little hope. The offside penalty means Pittsburgh will kick from the 40. Boswell has kicked it out of bounds twice here today. He only kicked it out of bounds once all season to this point. If he happened to kick it off out of bounds, the ball would be at the 35 because it goes from where the spot of the kickoff occurs. The Ravens being down 4 and just going to have 1 shot at the end zone, if at all. Or do they decide to try the many lateral play on this kickoff?
Well, with 9 seconds left, you can get this ball. If it is a touchback, you can get it at the 25. Try to get 1 ball to the 45 maybe, and then get your shot into the end zone.
Because they will be able to use the field with the 2 timeouts. Boswell's boots out of the back of the end zone as Chris Moore was trying somehow to catch it to get a return going. So it goes to the 25-yard line.
Try to get your 20-yard play here, something in that intermediate zone so you can get Joe Flacco to be able to throw the ball into the end zone.
Right. The middle of the field's in play with timeouts, so usually that deep dig route, deep over the middle, 18 to 22-yard area, you can let a guy work and work and work. Sometimes you have to hold on the ball as a quarterback to make it happen. But that's usually the area you have a shot at getting a chunk.
Mike Tomlin walked out halfway to the numbers, just yelling at his rookie corner, Artie Burns, doing his coaching there of his young DB. 9 seconds remaining. Flacco gets it out quick, pit in middle of the field to the 41, 4 seconds, timeout. Well, the one thing about Flacco, he's got a big arm. And he has always had a great ability to throw the ball deep. Think about standing 50 yards away and throwing the ball in a trash can, which is something quarterbacks use to practice getting the nose of the ball down deep. For years, I've seen at Ravens practice Flacco do just that in the quarterback drills. He has the arm and the technique to do it. Can you get big guys down there to go make a play?
If he can get himself in a situation moving towards the line of scrimmage where you're hanging on the ball, move around, and get back up, you can reach the end zone from the 35. Joe can. So if he can get himself running forward, moving forward somehow without giving too much ground, he can reach the end zone.
Likely the final play of the game. We're going to work underneath here, and that is deflected and intercepted. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have won the AFC North title. The Christmas gift to Steeler fans is 31-27, and the Ravens have been eliminated from playoff consideration.
Visit PapaJohns.com tomorrow.
Incredible 31-point fourth quarter. A Pittsburgh team that couldn't do much on offense ends up with 400 yards, and Brown and Bell carry them to a division title.
Well, I think Doug said it in our opening. We think of Pittsburgh as a defensive team. They're young on defense, but Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell stepped up in that fourth quarter when they needed it. They drove this team to a division title.
Just started turning Ben loose. They did run the ball fairly well at times, made some plays in the run game, but when it comes down to it, they rely on Ben Roethlisberger to make plays, find Antonio Brown down the field, holding onto the football, moving in the pocket, allowing things to work themselves open, and Antonio Brown, just great awareness getting himself in the end zone.
And one thing we have to say, too, that Steelers offensive line did a great job in pass protection all day. In the fourth quarter, when they had to have those throws, Roethlisberger had time.
That whole drive, they were bringing the blitz.
The Ravens, no sacks in the game, and they are eliminated, missing the playoffs for the third time in 4 years. It became very rare. And after next week, will we see Steve Smith? Will he continue his career? That will certainly be a conversation for the next week or so and beyond. But you think about the teams in the tournament in the AFC and the quarterbacks who've been there. There's a quarterback with 4 Super Bowl titles, Mr. Brady. There's one with a couple, and Ben Roethlisberger, who will be in the tournament again. One spot left in the AFC. Remember Kansas City, Denver coming up on NBC Sunday Night Football. The reach by Antonio Brown will be remembered as the moment from Christmas night 2016 when the Steelers won the division title to beat their arch rivals, the Baltimore Ravens. For Terrell Suggs and the Ravens, what might have been, and for the 3 Bs, 3 touchdown drives in the fourth quarter to put up the 21 points, erasing a very strong effort from Joe Flacco, who was 30 of 44. The Mazda postgame with Rich Eisen, Marshall Falk, and Michael Irvin. Catch up with the stars of the game coming up. Thanks for watching this Thursday night special. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from all of us.